Hello and welcome back to another video with Handy Dandy Repairs. I'm Dandy. I think I'm pretty handy and we're going to try and repair some stuff. Today we're looking at an Xbox Series X. This belongs to a customer and needs a new HDMI port. So let's jump under the scope and have a quick look at that. Now as you can see here, it's pretty messed up under there. Now as we can see, it's pretty messed up. Just trying to see if any of those pins are touching. I don't believe they are, which is good. So we'll plug this in and do a quick test. We have fan spin, turns on, it's not shutting down. That's a good thing. Alright. Let's get it apart. I'm just going to fast forward through all this and then I'll get back with you. Okay, we're back. We're all cleaned up. Got all the old thermal paste cleaned off. Now we're going to jump under the scope and have a look at this HDMI port. Yeah, this is what we're working on here. Here's the old one. As you can see, bit of damage on the side there. So the way I like to do these is I actually hang them off the edge of the bench, so over here, and I like to heat up from underneath. So we're going to turn on our bench slide here, turn this slide down a little bit. Alright, we're going to add just a touch of flux to the area. Could start heating up first, but it doesn't matter. Just going to add a little bit of flux to the area. Now these ports are a little tricky to remove because they are actually glued on, so they require a fair amount of heat to remove. Being such a thick board, they require a lot of heat, but also the fact that they're glued on is quite a challenge. So we'll get some heat onto this, just start preheating the area, and then we'll come in and heat from underneath, and we'll get this old port off. Okay, so now that the old port is removed, we're going to come in and we're going to add some new, fresh, low melt, not low melt, sorry, some leaded solder, and that's just going to allow us to, basically, it's going to have a lower temperature, like lower melting temperature than the leaded that was used originally, and that's going to allow us to just heat it up with a little bit less effort, a little bit less heat, and it's just going to make it all a lot more easier to get the new port on. So that's what we're going to do now. Come in, we're going to tin all these pads as well. Alright, now we're just going to grab our new port. We are going to have to, well, we don't have to, but I like to tin the ports before we put them on. So we're going to do that now. So we'll just move the scope over here somewhere. Just there's fine. Add some flux to that. Add some more flux. Just to make sure we have no bridges. Just like that. Just having a bit of trouble clearing up this bridge here, but we'll get it. Nothing a bit of extra flux can't fix. Okay, we've got another bridge up there. That's okay. And there we go. Now that's ready to go on. So we'll come back over to our board. Now, we're just going to heat this up until we see that solder start to flow, and then we'll drop the new port on. Just going to press down on the port, making sure all our solder legs are still molten, so we get it all the way down and in there. We're going to press down, move it back and forth a couple of times just to make sure they get a good gap. And then we'll take the heat away and just wait for that to solidify. Now we can check the pins under the scope. Make sure they're all solid, which they are. Beautiful. Now, just time for a clean. So we'll come in with some IPA. Just let it cool down for a few seconds, and then we'll come in with the IPA. Don't want to let it cool down too much, because it's easier to clean the flux off when it's warm. But we do want to allow it to cool just a little bit, because we don't want to crack our solder drives by cooling it too fast. And also, we just want to make sure it's all solid and nothing's loose still. And we can come in with a different type of brush, just something a bit softer with some IPA on it, and just clean it up like so. And while we're at it, we will clean inside the port as well, because no matter how good you are, you're going to get flux inside the port. It's just going to happen. Now we'll check inside the port, make sure we haven't put the wrong port on. Might need to just give it another clean. It still looks a little bit, just a little bit fluxy in there. We'll give it one more clean. Beautiful. Lovely. Now we can, just to be sure, we can check these pins one more time. Lovely. And we'll give it one more clean just around here. And around this side. And we'll have a good look under the scope, make sure we haven't got any bridging or anything like that. looks good to me. Nothing's bridged, nothing's loose. Looks fantastic. And with that, we're ready to reassemble. So let's go back over to our overhead camera. And this is what we're left with. We'll turn that off. And we will quickly reassemble and test. So again, I'll speed through the reassembly real quick, and we can go from there. Okay, we are back together enough to test. The only thing left to do is to put the back cover on, but we'll leave that until after we've tested it. So, we'll plug power in, we'll chuck our HDMI port in, and we should get an image. We'll quickly move over to the game capture. Yes, there we go, all fixed. Lovely. I haven't got an Xbox controller with me at the moment, do I? I'll grab one real quick so we can just check a few things. Got to use USB cable because this doesn't have batteries in it. Not sure if this controller actually works or not. Could be the cable as well. Try a different USB port maybe. It's probably more likely the cable though. Still nothing. Okay, let me grab a different cable. There we go. Beautiful. Just check the settings. I'm only on a 1080p monitor through capture card, so but I will chuck it on the TV and make sure it detects 4K before I give it back. But otherwise, we are all good to go. What do we got? Call of Duty, Fortnite. That's what broke it. It's got to be. No worries. All right. We will call it there. I'll send the customer a message to come pick it up, and happy days. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.